welcome back to Anything Goes Chili. Today I'll be showing you how to make some cowboy candy. It's not a very hot sauce for that matter. It's like a bit of sweetness with a punch of chili that you can put on your meats or on your eggs for breakfast or just for a novelty. So we'll use some jalapenos, and then obviously I'll use some of my Bishop's crowns because they're not very hot chilies. Also depends on your cowboy candy. Do you want it very hot, or if you just want a mild taste to it? It's all up to you. So you're definitely going to need chilies, you're going to need sugar, and quite a lot of it. I've got some fennel seeds that I'm going to put in. Now what the fennel seeds, it's got like a licorice taste to it, so I definitely want to put that in. Just salt, because salt makes everything taste better, so you're just going to put in a pinch of salt, and then obviously your containers that you're going to use, that you obviously sell to your customers. And then I've got reusable containers that I'm going to use for here at home. And then just for a bit of a different twist to it, I'm going to put in some Superior Witblits. Now Witblits is a liquor they make here in South Africa. It's basically the same as in America, your moonshine that the moonshiners will make. Obviously there's going to be no alcohol in the sauce afterwards. The alcohol will cook off, but it will have that bit of a Witblits taste to it. Now the South Africans will definitely know what Witblits is. Let's get cooking. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to warm up the fennel seeds here in my pot, just so that the oils will be released. And I'm not putting in a lot because I don't want the fennel seed, the taste of it to be overbearing in the sauce. So I just want that hint in the background. So we're just going to warm this up just for the, like I said, just for the oils to release. While that is happening, I'm going to start cutting my chilies. So what you're going to do is you just do a rough cut. You're not going to cut it very fine. So something like this will be okay. You can leave the pips in it. Like I said, it depends on you what chili you're going to use. Obviously you don't want it very fine because at the end of the day you want it to you want your sauce to settle down in the fridge. So you want it a rough cut because you don't want a runny sauce. You want a thick gelatinous sauce, because it's a candy. It's a candy that you can use on your food. It will be very nice on a roast. When you do a roast, you take a big spoon it out, put it on your roast just as your roast is finishing off. So when you take off all your foil and whatever, and you just want your roast to get a bit of color, you put some of this on, because obviously the sugar sauces in it will then caramelize, and it will caramelize on your roast. Like I say, you can use it for your breakfast, you know, on a bit of bacon or your eggs. For the people that can handle a bit of heat, you can use it as a jam on your toast. It all depends on you. It's a very, very nice sauce. I haven't made it for a while. So yeah. Okay everyone, welcome back. So I've taken all my chilies and I've did a rough cut on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in our pot, get that going. Put in a little bit of salt. Some cumin seeds. Little the fumes that's coming off here. Excuse me. Just a little bit of water. And then we're going to start with our sugar. Now your sugar, the amount that you add depends on you, how thick you want it. I don't want it to be like a taffy, maybe a little bit more runnier than that, but it depends on you. What you must remember, while it's boiling and the sugar is melting, while it's hot, it obviously will be runny. Just keep in mind, once the sauce starts settling, or once you've got it in your fridge, then obviously it will set. And yeah, so just keep that in mind and be careful for that. So you, while you're cooking it, you want a thick sauce, but obviously not too thick. Also just keep in mind, sugar, the sweetness of sugar basically cuts down the heat level of the chili. So if you want it to be quite spicy, then maybe suggest putting one ghost pepper or one Carolina Reaper or purple naga or grain strain or whatever you've got growing in your garden. All these chilies I'm using here, it's not store-bought. Everything I grow here in my garden. So we finished cooking down the sauce. So the chilies, if I can just get one here, you'll see when it starts getting glossy, like that. So once it gets glossy, then you know it's done. Then what we can do is we can now obviously put it in our containers. Just a tip, when you're using your non-stick pots and pans, don't use your steel forks and knives and utensils in it. So I'm going to try and dish up as best I can with a spatula, otherwise I'm going to see how we will get around this. Obviously all the containers were washed and cleaned and sanitized beforehand. So what you want to do is you want to fill it about 3/4 of the way with the chilies, and then obviously you're going to put some of the syrup in here, and then yes, once you put it in your fridge, then it will solidify. And like I say, it will be awesome on your sauces. I'm just going to fill one for me. Nothing like a little bit of cowboy candy to spice up your life. Just remember, the syrup is extremely hot because it's basically mostly melted sugar, so be very careful on your fingers. Now when you fold up your bottles and obviously all the chilies are finished and you've just got the syrup left, you know what, don't chuck it. If you like hot stuff, try a chili cook sister. Oh, that might be a good recipe that we might try later on. A nice little chili cook sister. Or you keep the syrup when you make your desserts. Once again, for the chili lovers, when you dish up your ice cream, put a bit of the chili syrup on it. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. You can use the syrup, you can use it in your food. Maybe a nice spicy pumpkin and cinnamon. This is just things that I'm thinking of now, and it will definitely be recipes that we'll be trying in the future. Glazed chicken. So yeah, this syrup I'll definitely be using. I'm actually going to put some of the syrup in a container for me. So, it's quite hot. So this is what it looks like once it's filled up. Cowboy candy. Now remember, this container is going to be sticky, so I would suggest put on your lid. Obviously, close it as tight as possible. Then obviously put it in your basin and just with a bit of soap, just rinse it off. And yeah, what I'm going to do now, we're going to have some tasters, and the rest of this sauce, believe me if I tell you, everything is getting sticky here, but it's worth it. So there we go, one container of cowboy candy and one container of golden hot and spicy cowboy candy syrup. You might even use that in your coffee if you want to. So I'm going to ask my daughter Micaela to come join me and let's have a taste. It's a bit sticky. So there's your little caramelized little chili. It's going to have a punch to it, but it's going to be nice. Wow. You can definitely feel that initial off camera while we were cooking it off. I obviously put some of the bit blitz in. I put a little bit of honey in. So initially you get that fennel, that sweetness. The chili is nice caramelized. You get a bit of heat, for a bit more than a bit. But within a few seconds it's gone. Very nice. Try it. Obviously one bottle will go for our lucky draw sometime in the middle of the year. One bottle will go for Micaela, and there's one bottle to be sold till we cook again. Enjoy.